Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Daily Thoughts. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that bell so you are notified of all my new content. Today my Daily Thoughts is on the New Deal origins of welfare in the United States and its original intent for white Americans. So now let's get into my Daily Thoughts. When people talk about welfare in America today, it's often framed as a system designed to help the poor, especially Black and brown community. But the truth is far more complicated. The modern United States welfare system was born out of Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal in the 1930s, and its original intent was to protect white Americans, often while excluding Black citizens. In this video, I'm going to break down how the New Deal created America's first federal welfare program, why these programs were designed to favor white workers, how racial exclusion shaped welfare policies for decades, and the legacies of these policies today. So, let me dive in. The New Deal, 1933 to 1939, was meant to rescue America from the Great Depression, but its benefits were not equally distributed. A. The Social Security Act of 1935, the foundation of welfare, created old age pension, Social Security, and unemployment insurance, but it excluded farm workers and domestic laborers, jobs where 60% of Black workers were employed. The results were nearly 2/3 of Black Americans were denied benefits at first. The Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938, minimum wage and overtime, established the first federal minimum wage, but Southern Democrats exempted agriculture and domestic workers, again, mostly Black jobs. The New Deal was racial capitalism. It lifted white workers while leaving Black workers behind. Southern Democrats in Congress held the balance of power, and they demanded concessions to preserve racial hierarchy. The agriculture and domestic loophole, Southern lawmakers refused to support New Deal programs unless Black workers were excluded. Why? Because giving Black workers benefits would disrupt the exploitative Southern economy. The GI Bill of 1944, another racial barrier. While not part of the New Deal, the GI Bill followed the same pattern. Black World War II veterans were denied low-interest home loans and college access, locking them out of wealth building. By 1950, only 2% of GI Bill home loans went to Black veterans. Welfare stigma and the racialization of dependency. By the 1960s, welfare expanded to include more Black families, but the narrative shifted. The shift from welfare to handouts. In the 1930s and 40s, welfare was seen as a dignified safety net for white workers. But when Black families gained access In the 1960s, via AFDC, politicians began framing welfare as lazy minorities mooching off of the system. The welfare queens myth, 1970s and 80s. Ronald Reagan popularized the racist welfare queen stereotype in 1976. This fueled welfare reform in the 1990s under Clinton's Personal Responsibility Act, which slashed benefits. But here are the facts. Most welfare recipients have always been white, but media and politicians racialize this issue. The legacy and how New Deal racism still shapes welfare today. The New Deal's exclusion had long-term consequences. The wealth gap. White families built generational wealth via Social Security and home loans. Black families were excluded. Welfare stigma. The myth of the lazy welfare recipient still shape policy debates. Under modern policies, programs like T8NF, the Welfare Reform Act, have strict work requirements, unlike the original New Deal aid. So who was welfare really for? The New Deal wasn't designed to help all Americans equally. It was a racial bargain that prioritized white economic security. Understanding this history helps explain certain things. Why welfare is stigmatized today. Why racial wealth gaps persist. And how policy decisions are still shaped by race when it comes to welfare. So now I have a question for you. Should the United States repair these past exclusions? And if so, how? I'd love to hear your input down in the comment section for today's video. And I hope that me discussing the New Deal Act and who it really was for has been interesting and helpful to you guys. I will, of course, leave my resources in the description of this video. And I would love if we can continue the discussion down in the comments. I, of course, will see you in my next video. Until then, I hope that if you are not already subscribed to my channel, that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. In addition to that, I would love it if you would follow me on my other social media. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram as DC The Purple Diva, and on my other YouTube channel, The Purple Diva Den, where I share my spoken word. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out, you guys. Bye.